Good morning, class 9 students. Today we would again be studying in chemistry, study of the first element from chapter 6, which is hydrogen. And if you remember, in video 2, we had studied about 3 ways in which hydrogen is found in combined state. We studied about the general methods of preparation of hydrogen by reacting metals with cold water, reacting metals with boiling water, or with steam. We also studied, children, about the preparation of hydrogen by reaction with hydrochloric acid or with dilute sulfuric acid. We also studied why dilute nitric acid is not used in preparation of hydrogen from metals. Then we also studied why the metal lead should not be used for preparation of hydrogen. Now today we will study about the general methods of preparation of hydrogen from alkalis with metals zinc, lead and aluminium, how they react with alkalis and they give hydrogen gas. The very first reaction, zinc, it reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is an alkali, to give a complex salt known as sodium zincate, which is Na2ZnO2, plus hydrogen gas is released. We see that zinc, lead and aluminium metals, they react with hot concentrated alkali like sodium hydroxide or another alkali like potassium hydroxide, which form a salt and hydrogen gas. So here we saw zinc, it combined with hot sodium hydroxide alkali to give a complex salt sodium zincate and gave hydrogen gas. Then we see that another reaction of zinc is with potassium hydroxide, another alkali, which gives potassium zincate, a salt, and hydrogen gas is released. Then we see that lead, another metal that reacts with sodium hydroxide alkali to give a salt sodium plumbite, Na2PbO2. So lead gives sodium plumbite and hydrogen gas is prepared. Then we see aluminium also reacts with sodium hydroxide in the presence of water, and this gives a salt by the name of sodium aluminate, and also hydrogen gas is released. Then we see the activity series of metals, how there is a reaction with water. In reactivity series of metals, we see that there is a reaction with water. If you look here in the reactivity series, you will see that metals above hydrogen, all these metals like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron, they all fall above hydrogen. For that reason, lead also comes above hydrogen. So we see that metals like potassium and sodium, they react very vigorously with cold water. Calcium reacts little less slowly with cold water to give hydrogen gas. Then we see magnesium, it is heated and it reacts with boiling water to liberate hydrogen. Then we see aluminium is heated with steam, and also zinc, which is red hot, it is heated with steam, and iron made red hot is heated with steam to release hydrogen gas. But lead, which is above hydrogen, and the other metals copper, mercury, silver, platinum and gold, which are below hydrogen, they do not show any reaction with water. Then we see the activity series of metals reacting with dilute acids to liberate hydrogen. For example, we see potassium and sodium, which react explosively or vigorously with dilute acids. Then we see metals like calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, and iron. They react with a decreasing vigorousness or with a decreasing speed with dilute acids to liberate hydrogen. Then we see that lead, children, and the other metals below hydrogen like copper, mercury, silver, platinum, and gold, they do not have any reaction with dilute acids. So these are the reactivity series of metals that we see here. Then let us come on to the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. In the laboratory preparation of hydrogen, we see that zinc, which is granulated zinc, it combines with hydrochloric acid, or we can also use sulfuric acid, H2SO4, dilute acids, and zinc with hydrochloric acid gives a salt zinc chloride, and hydrogen gas is liberated. Now, what is the procedure? First, we will take granulated zinc here in the flat bottom flask, and in this we pour through the thistle funnel. Do you see the thistle funnel, children, here? From this thistle funnel we pour dilute HCl into the flat bottom flask, and we do it very slowly. Or we can also use dilute sulfuric acid to pour through the thistle funnel. And then we see when it is poured, then slowly the reaction begins to take place between the zinc granules and the dilute HCl. Then we see a brisk effervescence. We can see fumes or brisk effervescence of hydrogen gas coming from this mixture. Then this mixture which comes up, it has got many dissolved impurities in it. So the hydrogen gas which is liberated and is collected here, we see this is collected by the downward displacement of air. Hydrogen is collected by, the downward displacement of water. And we see no air should be inside the apparatus. We see that granulated zinc, because it has got many impurities, that is why dilute HCl or H2SO4 along with hydrogen gas have many traces of impurities that come out of it. Now these traces of impurities that come out of this delivery tube, they have to be removed so that we can receive pure hydrogen gas through this apparatus. To see that, you see here, children, in this particular diagram, that how 3 washer bottles are used, and each washer bottle has got a certain solution which helps in the removal of different impurities. And then we see a U-tube at the end of this apparatus. Now let us go through them one by one. The first washer bottle, it has silver nitrate solution, and this solution absorbs the impurity of arsine, which is AHH3, or phosphine, and these two impurities of arsine and phosphine are removed as these impurities get dissolved into the solution of silver nitrate. After that, we see that in washer bottle 2, do you see the washer bottle 2 here? In washer bottle 2, which contains a solution of lead nitrate, this absorbs the hydrogen sulfide gas impurity, H2S impurity or the hydrogen sulfide impurity in washer bottle 2 is absorbed by lead nitrate solution, and this impurity which is absorbed removes is removed from the mixture, the impure mixture. Then we come across the third washer bottle here, and in this third washer bottle which contains KOH or potassium hydroxide solution. This potassium hydroxide solution, it absorbs the impurities of nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Now all the impurities are removed through washer bottle 1, 2 and 3, and finally we see that moisture laden hydrogen gas, it enters into this U tube. Now this U tube contains calcium chloride anhydrous calcium chloride particles, or this is dry calcium chloride particles, and these absorb all the moisture from the hydrogen gas. So we see that all the impurity is removed and we receive pure hydrogen gas. There are some precautions, children, which we must keep while we are doing the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. There should be no leakage of hydrogen gas in this apparatus, as no flame should be near the apparatus, as hydrogen gas is highly inflammable, so no flame should be near the apparatus. Then second precaution is hydrogen is collected after all the air is allowed to escape. First the air is allowed to escape, and after the air has escaped, then we see that hydrogen, it burns quietly in air. That is why first air should be removed. Then third precaution we see is that the thistle funnel through which we were pouring the dilute hydrochloric acid, it should be kept dipped in the hydrochloric acid dilute acid in the flat bottom flask, as the hydrogen gas formed can escape through the thistle funnel and it will begin to burn in the presence of air. So the thistle funnel is kept dipped inside HCl. So this is also one of the precautions in preparation of hydrogen through laboratory method. So children, we will study in the next video further on Monday. Till then, wish you all the best. Have a good day. Thank you.